Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. The first hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Now, here is your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Tell us what you got for Christmas on the AutoZone text line, 901-360-8255. Get in the zone. AutoZone. So many things are going on in this world of sports right now. We got a COVID. It's just basically wreaking havoc on college and NFL. And did not play on Christmas Eve. If you did not know, where have you been? It was the Tigers Christmas Eve. They got a nice trip to Hawaii. They played no football. Impacted by the canceled bowls, if you did not know. Each program said after their season, they were done, and their season's over. So the respective bowls were canceled, but they're not going to fill in for anybody else. And it's just it's a wild world out there. It is a wild, wild world. But we do have football on right now. Did you know that?
I did. What a reward. Isn't the bowl game supposed to be a reward for all your work over the course of the year, John?
Of course
right?
It is, baby. You
so
get
imagine,
packages.
So imagine your reward being at 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 days after Christmas in Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. Is that a reward? Not a great reward. I mean, it still is a reward, I suppose. Maybe I'm being too critical.
It's a reward for me because guess who I have?
Who?
Western Michigan -6.5.
Nevada just scored, so now it's 14-10. But it's, I think Western Michigan's got this.
Western Michigan's defense is going to take care of business, okay? I can promise you that. Before game's over, Western Michigan wins and covers, and thanks for the bad news. I appreciate that.
Really. I got to deliver news, bad or good, John.
Do you know that
my obligation.
Do you know that there's the tallest college football player in the history of college football is playing today?
Really?
Yes, the quarterback.
Oh, the quarterback
for Nevada.
6'9".
6'9.5", dude. Don't forget that half. You know, I have my little girl. She's like, I'm 5'1.5". My other girl's like, I'm 5'3.5". That half is important.
It is important.
5'9".
You put those.
6'9.5".
You put those halves together, John. You know what it makes?
A hole.
A hole.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right, baby boy. That's right. Well, we got a lot of stuff going on. We got to talk some NFL action. We got to talk about Julio Jones. Do you know he's out?
Yeah.
Me and Julio are not at the schoolyard.
The Titans, though, proving everybody wrong.
Oh, come on.
I love the Titans.
I noticed you loved the Titans.
I'm so excited, man. I mean, it's just, I think it's a well-coached football team. Kind of like the Steelers, kind of like the Ravens, They can do more with less players when you're a well-coached football team.
Oh, okay. Great
analysis
stuff there. Great analysis.
You're welcome.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. I'm still mad that the Titans came back and scored 20 unanswered points in the second half because I had the 49ers.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, it was 10-0 going into halftime. Titans couldn't do anything on offense, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers cannot do a dead-gum thing in the offense. It's 5 straight games they have not scored a point in the first half.
It's unbelievable. And they're still not even under 500 yet.
No. It is a crazy world. And by the way, you have some winners and losers from the weekend. I got some winners. How about all the teams that are actually healthy in the NFL? They're winners, aren't they?
And what's crazy is like the teams like the Texans and the Lions that have been playing with these caliber of guys all season actually look a lot better than their opponents who have guys out.
The Texans is something I still don't even know what happened. The Chargers? What in the heck were the Chargers doing yesterday? Was insane. That was disgusting.
Dave Smith's pretty good.
Yeah, please.
Did you see that pass?
Oh, I saw that pass.
That one, though. That was a good throw.
Hey, man. What do they say? The sun shines on a dog's keister every once in a while.
Blind squirrel finds a nut.
Yeah, blind squirrel finds a nut. I mean, there's all kinds of things out there. But I got to give a little bit of credit to also the bettors. If you stacked your money against the replacement quarterbacks, you made some money. The Ravens got rocked. Joe Burrow was a baller. If you bet against, let's see, who else was another great one? That was the Broncos. They were busted. Tonight, by the way, though, we got a lot of weird stuff going on because we have the Saints Did you know that they're playing? And, of course, you can hear all the action on Sports 56, 98.5 FM. Dolphins and the Saints. Do you know who's playing quarterback for the Saints?
Ian Book.
Ian Book. Book it, Dano.
Go Irish.
Dolphins are going to win. Dolphins are going to cover. Do you like that?
I mean, I'm excited about that. I also think the Dolphins cover that game, but it's going to be a good one.
Dude, Miami -3 with the way their defense is playing. They only have Alvin Kamara, who's like really a scary weapon.
A terrifying weapon.
Terrifying weapon he is at that. But I don't know, man. This Dolphins team's been winning like it's going out of style. 2 7-7 teams. The Dolphins are, of course, down in New Orleans. But again, Ian Book is playing quarterback.
Do you have all the odds in front of you, or can I ask you to guess something?
You can ask me to guess.
Okay,
I don't have the odds.
What's the over/under on this game? Do you know what it is?
38.
Yeah, it's 38. What a score, 38.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extremely low, is it not?
By the way,
for an NFL game.
Usually asking me gambling odds is probably a good.
Well, it's a funny answer, though. 38.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I know you're going to think I'm crazy when I say this. I think that sucker goes down. I think it might get all the way down to 37, maybe 36 before tip. Because
people are still hammering the under on 38.
Who's going to take the over with Ian Book and the Miami Dolphins
and Tua,
offense?
Jalen Waddle,
dude,
Myles Gaskin, those guys.
Man. Please. I think it's going to be an absolute.
Mike Gesicki.
Now, he's a great tight end. I'll give him some credit for that. By the way, speaking of great, wow. Aaron Rodgers is pretty good. Nick Chubb was great. But did you see the Browns, Baker Mayfield, how trash he was?
Yeah, not a great game.
Woo-wee, man. That was ugly. Got to give a lot of credit, though. My man Carson Wentz, we've been talking about him. I smoked him for a long time on this show.
Well, he's either the best or the worst quarterback you've ever seen. It's never in the middle.
Man, he looked really good on Saturday, didn't he?
Yeah, he'll give you some bad throws.
Saturday
next week,
night, man, he went down there and ripped my heart out. That defining drive. I had the Cardinals, so I lost that one. But I had a great day yesterday. What an easy day. What an easy day. The Bills, they got there pretty dead-gum easy, did they not?
It did, and that was a scary
the end
game,
of the
too.
It got a little bit kind of dicey, and then Josh Allen finally looked like Josh Allen. He's running the football. He's throwing the football. The one thing that concerns me, though, is he's the only thing that they got that can run the football.
Was that the most scared you were of any game you bet this weekend was Bills-Patriots? Because I also took the Bills, and I was terrified of the Patriots going into that. It's a game on the road. It's a scary game.
That was a very scary game. I will tell you a game that was not scary. The Cowboys. Boy,
that's too easy.
Do you know how hard that was for me actually to pull the trigger last night?
Really?
I know. I kept saying, man, 9.5 is a lot of points.
And the football team, they're playing well.
The football team's playing pretty good. I know that they're, diddy and diddy.
Against the Eagles last week,
Dude, and the Cowboys came out there, and Dak Prescott, 4 touchdown passes in the first half. Only played 3 quarters of football at 330 yards, 4 touchdown passes. He did something that has actually never been done. Did you know that?
What's that?
He is the first person to throw a touchdown pass to a wide receiver, a running back, a tight end, and guess what else? A lineman.
In the same game.
In the same game. Dak Prescott was pretty awesome. How about them Cowboys? 56-14 over the football team. Now, was there anything this weekend that really surprised you other than just watching the Chargers look like trash?
The Lions almost winning again was a little bit surprising. I tell you what,
okay, time
Dan
out.
Campbell.
You're not going to make any money betting on the Falcons as a favorite. That is a bad way to make money this year.
I agree.
The fact that they were favored, I can understand. But dadgummit, Dan Campbell and that Lions football team is playing pretty good.
They're playing really well. That's got to be promising. Not that you're going to, make up all this ground or whatever, but if you're the Lions or you're a Texans fan and you have dealt with all this stuff, you have to feel pretty good that you're at least football team's going in the right direction versus like the Jaguars, who you might say are going in the opposite direction, versus who was another bad team.
The Jags, by the way, hold on. You mentioned the Jags. I just got to say this. Trevor Lawrence had the worst fumble I've ever seen in football.
I didn't see the fumble.
And the butt fumble was pretty bad by Mark Sanchez.
This is worse than the butt fumble.
The butt fumble at least was funny.
Can you describe this fumble? I didn't see it.
He just was running backwards, like tripping over himself, and just decided to throw the ball out. Like when he got slung to the ground, and the ball just come. I mean, the worst ball security I've ever seen in my life.
He's been hit a lot this year, John.
Dude, and they're just really bad.
And he has the most turnovers of any quarterback in the NFL, I believe, right?
Yes, he does. I hate to say this, but I feel like the Jags, Urban Meyer, Shad Khan, everybody basically drafting Trevor Lawrence for him. Yes, I can understand why you draft him number 1 overall. I can understand it.
Take another one.
But my man is not going to make it in the league if he keeps staying with the Jags. He will end up being the next.
Blake Bortles.
All right, so you know Derek Carr. Do you remember his brother David?
Oh, that's a bad story.
So David was a great quarterback.
One of the best
comes
college
out,
ever.
Fresno State, was a baller shot caller. Comes up to the NFL, goes to the Texans. His offensive line and the Texans were so bad that this guy got hit so much, sacked more than anybody in the history of a season. Was sacked more times in one season than any other quarterback. And you know what happened?
He's not playing anymore.
He got shell-shocked. He got uncomfortable in the pocket.
He
ended up getting happy feet. Like, even when pressure wasn't there, he was feeling it. Man, he was so uncomfortable in that bad boy. I'm afraid that's going to happen to Trevor Lawrence.
You might be right, because that's, or maybe it's good to have a guy like Urban Meyer that can be the scapegoat for all of it. You can put it all on him and say next year's a new year.
Well, how is it that they've looked so bad in the 2 games even without him?
Well, because they haven't been able to hire a new coach or a new staff, Oof. I'm just making excuses for the Jags.
Hey, you know what? They need excuses. They really, really do. They are so bad it is not even funny. The Rams look like trash, but still won 30-23.
That is the luckiest.
That's the luckiest cover I've ever seen in my life.
Because the interception that the Vikings threw in the end zone, the first interception that it was drop pass that bounced up into the air, hit him right in the hands in the end zone. He dropped it. Then I forget the second. What was the second interception? There was another way that the Vikings marched down the field on like every drive in the first half though, and just came up empty. And the Rams just got lucky. I agree. That was the luckiest win I've ever seen.
That was a painful cover for those out there who probably had. If you had the Vikings, that hurt.
I took the Vikings live money line plus 400 something, thinking they were going to come back because the Rams just hadn't looked good enough. But at that point, Aaron Donald knew they were passing, and it was an uphill battle for the Vikings.
It was an uphill battle. It was absolutely crazy. It was a wild game. 30-23 was the final. The fact that you had that 13-play drive, ate up 6 minutes, 18 seconds, you got that field goal from the Rams. Whew, that was huge. That was huge. Huge!
But Stafford didn't look good yesterday either.
Man, throwing picks left and right, wasn't he?
What, four turnovers they had yesterday?
3 interceptions.
Okay, 3 interceptions.
And I don't remember. Did he fumble the ball?
I don't remember.
No, yeah, he did fumble the ball.
Is that right?
That's right. He lost the fumble. So he had 3 interceptions and a lost fumble.
Uh-huh. That's a tough game, man. And after, Matthew Stafford, he's saving the Rams, all this kind of stuff. And I don't know, man. We'll see.
We will definitely see. But we got a lot to get into. We got Terry Davis. We're going to talk a little Tigers. We're going to talk COVID. We're going to talk about all kinds of things going on. We also got Jake talk a little SEC action. Again, we have football on right now. I heard my Western Michigan team just scored 24-10 over Nevada, baby.
I looked away for 2 seconds, and you know what I did, John? I missed the touchdown.
They don't play no games, baby.
They don't. Those Mustangs, right?
The Mustangs?
Isn't that right?
I thought they were Broncos.
Yeah, they're a horse. I knew they're the horses.
Actually, they're the Broncos,
cavalry.
aren't they, Nat?
Sure.
Look that up, please.
Okay, I got you.
Because what did you call them?
The Stallions? No, I call them a different
Broncos,
horse.
I'm pretty sure.
What did I call them? The Mustangs.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's a car.
Oh, they're the Broncos. That's right. That is a car. A Bronco's a car, too, though. Made by the same company.
Is a Mustang a horse? No, I'm just kidding.
That is. The fine folks at Ford.
Fine folks at Ford. We got a lot to get into.
And the game's at Ford Field. I'm sorry.
Continue. Oh, that's right. The game is at Ford Field. Let's go Broncos. Let's win that bad boy. Cover for Johnny. Make me happy. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. We're going to talk with Terry Davis, a little bit of Tiger action at 11:30. We'll talk with Jake between 12 and 12:45. Whatever 10 minutes he can free up. Come on and talk a little SEC action. Super, super great guy. The J-Boy Show, your number one source for all things SEC and football. Now, we're about to get to the leadoff, but I have to remind you of something. Very, very important, okay? Let's just say you want to look good. Do you like to look good? Do you like to look good?
I love looking good.
You do?
Love looking good.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. If you want to look good, go down to Frontier Western Store. I got a lot of stuff from Frontier Western Store. I got some jeans. I got some boots. I didn't get my tennis shoes from there. I got my kicks from somewhere else. But guess what? They got it all. They have the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. They have more jeans than you can shake a stick at. They got all the shirts. They got a ladies' boutique, a kids' department. If you got cash for Christmas, head on down to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch and go shop at Frontier Western Store in person. Or you can shop online at frontierwesternstore.com. You can shop 24/7, 365 online. They ship their orders out within 24 hours. All orders $75 or more shipped absolutely free. And they're awesome. Look good. Feel good. Head on down to Frontier Western Store or frontierwesternstore.com. I'm in the box.
Hey, John.
Yo, Bobby.
Merry Christmas. My name is Jay Morgan.
I know,
That's all right.
Merry Christmas.
Happy couple days after Christmas. Happy New Year almost.
Happy New Year almost.
Happy end of the year. John, I got some questions here for you today. And we talked a little bit about the NFL, but we didn't cover some teams, and we got to preview this game tonight because the Fins are playing, baby. So the first game, the Cowboys. I mean, if you are someone, John, who values the eye test, you've probably thought all year, wow, this Cowboys team is for real. Well, now they're playing like it, and according to all the metrics, they have the best team in the NFL in yards allowed in the last 7 weeks, I believe. In the last 7 weeks, they have the best defense in the league, John. So I got to ask you, is this Cowboys team for real? Do you think they can win a Super Bowl?
Do I think the Cowboys can win a Super Bowl? Sadly, no.
You don't.
I do.
So do you think they can win the NFC?
No, I don't. I don't think they're going to be the representative out of the NFC in the Super Bowl. Like the one thing you can say, over in the AFC, it's Kansas City and everybody else. Kansas City is on fire. Their defense is out of control. They scored 30 points in the last 3 games. Their offense is starting to roll. By the way, Byron Pringle has now emerged as that number 3 that they've been looking for behind Travis Kelce and, of course, Tyreek Hill. He had a great game yesterday.
2 pass-catching running backs.
2, yeah. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, by the way, also lowering the boom yesterday. That was, dude, he drops. Man, that was straight up busted somebody's head. But you look at the AFC and you can see that it's Kansas City, and then you have like the Bengals, who some games they look like the greatest team ever.
Young
525 yards of offense. I mean, through the air. They got great weapons, running backs, tight ends, wide receivers. They look good. Buffalo, they looked yesterday like the team that we expected to see this year, but they're hit or miss just as much as anybody else.
Against the Dolphins, for
the
instance.
Titans, we don't believe. I mean, they got rid of Julio Jones. I don't believe in them. They don't have Derrick Henry.
But they might later.
But they might. Again, they might. They might, and they might not.
They might not. That's true. That's the other side of that.
So it's like the AFC, I can basically – it's Kansas City, and it's hard to pick somebody behind it. The NFC, I have no idea. I got Green Bay as the best team in the NFC right now, but their defense is leaking oil.
They are.
Their defense is right now hemorrhaging. That offense is going to have to keep them going, and you do have MVP favorite Aaron Rodgers, who's having a great season. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Come on, man. I know everybody's all like, oh, they lost Chris Godwin. When Antonio Brown's back, when Antonio Brown is in the lineup, did you know they're 6-0 this year?
Is that right?
Yes, they're 6-0 with Antonio Brown playing, and then I guess
what a guy to
they're
have.
5-4 when Antonio Brown's not in the line.
What a guy to
Here
have.
it is. I got it right here.
Okay, go for it.
6-0 with Antonio Brown. Tom Brady's QBR is 73. The yards through the air is 9.1. Touchdown to interception ratio 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Brown, when he's not playing, they're 5-4. QBR of 60, 7.2 yards through the air per attempt, 20 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. 9 games versus 6 games. Man, Brady's just better when Brown's out there.
And clinch the division.
And they clinched the division.
So what you're saying is the Cowboys have too much competition in the NFC.
I was about to say, I haven't gotten to the Rams, the Cardinals. They're playing, 49ers are playing decent football until they play the deadgum Tennessee Titans in the second half. No, it's just
the Giants.
In the Dallas Cowboys I look at, and they're in the NFC least. Do they have amazing weapons on offense? Yes. Do they have a good offensive line? Yes. Do they have a good defense? They have some studs on defense, man. Gregory's playing out of control. Micah Parsons, Lawrence. They're doing all kinds of digs. They got a lot of the pieces. But you can't tell me just because of the way they played yesterday against the football team that all of a sudden you got this team back. And you're like, oh, they're back. 15 games in. They got 2 games left before the postseason. They're playing better. I think, again, there was a lot that had to do with how bad Washington was so bad they were fighting each other on the sideline.
They beat them so bad they made them beat each other.
Yes, they did. They beat them so bad that you had Payne and Allen fighting on the sideline.
2 of their best players on defense, too.
I know.
That's crazy. But, it's just passion, John. You can't touch someone else's head. That's the rule of thumb. football and life. Don't touch someone else's head. People don't like that.
Um,
My next question stays in the NFC,
yes,
though.
do not be touching people's head.
Yeah, exactly. My next question stays in the NFC, and it's about the Cardinals. So I asked you if the Cowboys, you think they can compete. John, I'm not sold on the Cardinals. I think they're too young and a bit fraudulent, as you're seeing down the stretch here, John. Do you think the Cardinals can, I'm not going to say win that division necessarily, because them and the Rams can both get in and both make a run for it. But do you think the Cardinals legitimately have a chance to win the NFC and win the Super Bowl? Or go to the Super Bowl, let's say.
Honestly, no. I mean, this is a team that has lost 3 straight games. Now, losing to the Rams is one thing. Going to lose to the Lions and only scoring 12 points against Detroit, that's another thing.
That's tough.
And then you can only muster 16 points against the Colts. Whoa, this is a team that was throwing up numbers left and right. I mean, it was 38, 34, 31, 37, 37, 31. And all of a sudden, they scored 10 points in their loss to the Panthers. They scored only 23 points in the loss to the Rams, 12 points in their loss to the Lions, and only 16 points in their loss to the Colts. Something is amiss. Something is amiss.
And then James Conner didn't play this week, though, right? He was out with COVID. So that could be a factor, too. But he played last week, I believe, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And he also played against the Rams. Played really good against the Rams. Had that one-handed catch. It's just, I don't know what it is about this team. They look really good at the beginning of the season, and it's like they play their best football at the wrong time. Because you get to the fourth quarter of the NFL season, the last half, and it seems like Cliff Kingsbury's bunch just kind of fall off.
They started hot, didn't keep it up, and everybody else got a lot better. Well, John, my last question, we did a good job of wrapping up yesterday. My last question before we get to break here has to be about this game tonight. The Dolphins play the Saints. And yes, the Saints are starting Ian Book, but they have Alvin Kamara. And that means Ian Book doesn't have to even throw it past the line of scrimmage, John. And the Dolphins are hot. The Dolphins started 1-7, and now they're 7-7, John. So do you think the Dolphins, who do you think wins the game tonight? And if it's the Dolphins, do you think the Dolphins can make the playoffs?
I think the Dolphins can. I think the Dolphins definitely win. I love the Dolphins. Miami, do you not remember when they were like 1-7?
1-7.
I mean, think about this. Team was 1-7.
Unbelievable.
They were talking about going and getting Deshaun Watson, who hadn't had very good news. We'll talk about during Hardwood.
Firing Brian Flores.
Talking about firing Brian Flores. Now this team is on a roll. They've only allowed 17 points once. They have not allowed more than 17 points in the last 17 games. They've only allowed 17 points even once their defense is playing out of control. So they basically shut out the Jets in the second half. That defense is looking extremely well. You've got to give a lot of credit to where this Dolphins team, they've won 6 games in a row. And you believe that Ian Book can stop the Miami Dolphins like the beast that they are right now? And it ain't a beast on offense. Again, they only gave up 9 points to the Texans, 10 points to the Ravens. They gave up 17 to the Jets, the most they've given up. 10, 9. Oh, wait, they did give up 24 points to the Jets in the last game, but they shut them out in the second half. They play the Saints tonight. Ian Book, I do not believe in. I'm sorry. This Dolphins team has got 3 games left. They got the Saints, the Titans, and the Patriots. They win tonight, but I will say this. They lose their final 2. They miss out on the Patriots, and they finish the season 8-9. Missing the postseason.
Only one more win for the Fins?
They're going to win, and they're going to get to 7 straight, and they're going to lose their last 2, and they're going to be sitting at home, and they're going to go out and party in Miami like they always do.
That hurts my stomach for you to say.
Why
that.
do you like it? Are you a Dolphins fan or
Well,
something?
you know, I like cheering for the Dolphins, you know? I like what I'm seeing. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was about to say I like what I'm seeing from Tua, but I'm not really. I'd like to see more from Tua, but I think that the Dolphins' defense is really good, John. 5th best defense in the AFC, according to points against, and the 4th worst offense in the NFC, points for. So I think what you said there is dead on. Their defense is good. Their offense, not as good.
I will give a little bit of credit, though. This is nothing. This is not world beater numbers. You know what I mean? This is not the greatest thing in the world.
Right.
And it's kind of actually sad because Joe Burrow's played the Ravens twice this year and has over 900 yards passing in those 2 games against the Ravens. Now, Tua, since the trade deadline passed, and remember all the rumors about Deshaun Watson going to Miami?
We got to get a quarterback.
He was horrible before then. But since then, he's been respective. He's completing 74.5% of his passes. He has 7 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions, which is good for Tua. The weird thing, though, is in all their wins, he only has 1,101 yards passing.
He's a short yardage passer.
Again, think about it. Joe Burrow threw for 525 yards yesterday. The last 5 games, my man Tua.
But that completion percentage, John, is up there.
It really is. It's up there. It's funny. By the way, just think about this, though. Burrow, he has 26 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I'm comparing the 2020 quarterback class. You have Tagovailoa, 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Herbert, 32 and 12. I will say, it looks like Joe Burrow is definitely the right pick, but can you believe Tua went 1 pick ahead of Justin Herbert?
That's going to be the mark on Tua's career for as long as he plays.
He went before Justin Herbert.
Because now he doesn't just have to be good or respectable. He has to be better than Justin Herbert, who has an arm unlike most arms I've ever seen.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
It's a shame.
Well, I will say one thing. Josh Allen was throwing some BBs yesterday, though, too. We got some good quarterback play going on. I'm going to keep you locked and loaded. We got Terry Davis joining us on the other side, talking a little bit of Tigers on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world at sports56whbq.com or on the Sports 56 app.
Hey everybody, it's that wonderful time of the year, and all the Silverados, Tahoes, Suburbans, and Blazers, they're all here in Olive Branch. Yes, right here at All-Star Chevrolet. Just ask for Kevin or Jeff. They'll check your list and make it happen for the new year. Seriously, these will go fast, so try to get here this week. Our friends at All-Star Chevy have been spot on getting all the best 2021s and 2022s you want, and in all the colors you want too. I can see where all the Silverados are, and I see a lot of red tags. So look for the red tags for an extra $500 bonus cash. 0 for 72 financing is available, and your good credit deserves it. So if it's a new Chevy or pre-owned or certified pre-owned Chevy you want, or you want to sell any car or truck and get a check today, remember, it's not South Haven, not the Pike, not Mount Moriah or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch or go to allstarautogroup.com.
FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. That means you can place all your bets on a trustworthy app that's also easy to use. Basketball fans, celebrate the NBA's 75th anniversary season on FanDuel Sportsbook too. Right now, new customers can place their first bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. Already have a FanDuel Sportsbook account? FanDuel is hooking up all customers with $50 when you refer a friend, plus your friend will get $50 as well. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code CASH to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000 and make every moment more this NBA season. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Get ultra strong for your South Pole. Charmin keeps your undies whiter than the North Pole. A shiny hiney, a brand new year. Call it a Charmin. Happy New Year. May your holidays be Charmin, clean, merry, and bright. May all your undies be Charmin, clean white.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
It's time to call Doug and Colin Brown for your house. Looking to buy or sell a home in Mississippi? Rely on Doug and Colin Brown, $1 Million Realtors at Regency Realty in Mississippi. This father-son combo will help you find your next dream home. With decades of experience, Doug and Colin Brown put honesty, integrity, and clients first. Call Doug and Colin Brown in Mississippi at 901-598-9168. Regency Realty, 901-350-5050.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope you're getting ready to bring in the new year the right way. We got bowl game on right now. How about them Broncos up 24-10 over Nevada still, right? Oh, yeah, the tallest player in college football history is playing quarterback for Nevada because Carson Strong, he declared himself for the NFL draft and is not playing today. So that's another reason. The Broncos are top 20 in almost every defensive category. You're not playing Carson Strong. A lot of questions. I hope you took the Broncos and laid the 6.5. We're going to give you a few bets today. We got a big game tonight, Dolphins and the Saints. I like the Fins. I can already tell you that much. We also, hopefully, will have a game on Wednesday where we actually get to see the Memphis Tigers play some basketball. Wouldn't that be nice?
I would love that.
Oh, I would love it too, but I hear there's a little bit of doubt that game's going to be able to get off. We're going to find out because we're talking with the one, the only, Terry Davis. Did you have a Merry Christmas, my friend?
I had a blessed and very peaceful Merry Christmas.
Whoa. How many kids you got? None, obviously.
Exactly. That's why I had a blessed and Merry Christmas.
I was going to say, man, because of my kids, mine was absolutely awesome. But, yeah.
It takes
peaceful,
a lot of work, though.
Yeah, I was going to say peaceful was not the word. I look for it was more about just seeing all those little smiling faces and picking up all that wrapping paper and stuff like that. But I'm glad you had a great one. I do have to ask you, though. It was kind of sad we didn't get to watch the Tigers play some football. Now I'm curious, on Wednesday, are we going to be able to watch the Tigers play Tulane in basketball?
Well, Memphis would be ready, but we don't know about Tulane because, they've been on pause and they hadn't released anything saying they'll be ready. And if they're not ready, that means Memphis' next game will be on the road against Wichita State, because Memphis go back to practice today. So, Memphis would be ready, because, all the guys that were hurt that couldn't play in Nashville, all those guys are ready to go. So they got a roster ready to go and play Wednesday night.
Yeah, the sad thing, though, is like, Memphis, when they had the, couple members of their team come up with COVID against Tennessee, that got canceled. And now it's the other shoe on the foot. Tulane's the one that's having the issues. It's like COVID has just messed up Memphis' season.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things, man. You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, we do. But now I got to ask you, though, do you think now with all the situations, again, over, what is it now, 60 programs in college basketball have had to pause due to COVID? We've got maybe bowl games are getting canceled left and right. The Tigers, of course, got canceled when they were playing the Hawaii game. They couldn't even play the basketball tournament, finish that bad boy out in Hawaii. There was, Stanford and Vandy were supposed to play. That game got canceled. Everything got canceled. A lot of stuff's getting canceled. There's a lot of scares around the Georgia football program. There's a lot of scares around the college football semifinals that are coming up. Do we give a little bit? Did Rick Barnes, did Tennessee fans, did Memphis fans, did they bust up Penny a little bit too much for the whole COVID situation?
I said that from day one. Everybody tried to blame everything on Penny, but boom, they just was one of the first programs that got hit, and after that, it seemed like everyone got hit at the same time. So, this is COVID. What I think they should do, I think they should change the rules, man, because right now in America, if your team's not able to go, you forfeit. And Houston got a loss in the conference to Cincinnati because of their rule.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope, hopefully they'll reevaluate their rule, because when they put their rule up, that was pre-Omicron.
Now, my question about this rule, by the way, is there another conference outside the American doing this?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
All of them. I thought that everybody else, though, was just basically canceling the game, not giving the laws. Interesting.
It counts as a council. It counts as a forfeit, and it counts as part of your conference record, because the first conference I know that came through with it was the Big East, because they had a few games that got canceled a couple of weeks before Memphis got canceled, and they forfeited those games.
COVID is causing so many issues on so many programs. And, of course, Memphis didn't get to play their bowl game. They didn't get to play against Tennessee. Hopefully they're going to play against Tulane. Are you hearing anything about – I mean, what are the chances? Is this a 50-50 thing, or does this look like this game's really going to be in doubt?
It's probably more like 80-20 that it will be played. Like I said, Memphis really wants to play, and Tulane really needs to play because they hadn't played since December the 12th. So, they've been out for a while.
Yes, they have. Now, if they do get to play, if everything goes as planned, how do you see this team going forward? Have you heard anything about, with all the stuff that's going on with the whole COVID situation, do you believe that maybe some of the players are actually getting vaxxed so they don't have to have a pause quite like they did against Tennessee? Or is this just like ain't nothing happening, man? This is just we're going to have to deal with it this year and also going into 2022.
I think a couple of guys got that scare in there and they're seeing what's happening to other guys, and they saw that Houston, took a loss because they didn't have enough. According to one of the reports, that 11 of the players are already back. So it was a bad combination for Memphis. They had a few guys that got the virus and a few guys that was hurt. So it was a bad situation. That the injury bug and the COVID bug hit them at the same time. It was like a perfect storm for them not being able to field the team.
Now, speaking of all the COVID situations and the bowl games that have been canceled, I did come out and say, the teams that have already been affected by the whole COVID outbreak, which is very, very, it's just been bad. Like I said, they've got games canceled. But I will say that they've already come out there and said, according to Brett McMurphy, that SMU, East Carolina, Memphis, the three teams that have already been impacted, they will not go to fill out anybody's bowl. Like the Sun Bowl, they're still seeking some help.
Right.
So their season's done. Now that the football season is done, now that you've looked back on everything, you look at how good Texas San Antonio was. You did beat Mississippi State. Up and down, young team, young quarterback. How do you feel the season finished out, and what do you think about Ryan Silverfield's program going forward next year?
Going into the season, I said the floor for the season was like 8 wins. So, in my opinion, they're a little bit below standard. They went to a bowl game, and did what they need to do. The quarterback performed above expectations. The running game, I would give them like a D. The passing game, I give them an A. The defense, I give them like a C because they were bad early and good late. So they was
They definitely didn't. The defense definitely did not live up to the expectations at the beginning of the season.
Exactly, because if the defense was able to carry it on into the offense, got into their maturation process, they would have been playing. They probably would still been playing in the Hawaii Bowl, but at least we would have more wins on the table.
Now, I love looking back at certain things, and I love talking about the Tigers. But the problem is we didn't see Tiger football in the bowl game. We haven't seen Tigers play since before. What was it? The last game we saw them was that great game against Alabama. I think it was December 14th, because the 18th was canceled when they played Tennessee. So we haven't seen a whole lot of Tiger football or basketball of late, but we have seen the Grizzlies. They have a pretty big game tonight. If you could, playing the Suns, the Suns basketball team is no joke. Ja's no joke, though.
They're fun to watch, too. They're fun to watch.
Man, I would say one thing, Phoenix being an 8-point favorite, I kind of like the Grizzlies plus the 8. How do you think they're going to fare? This is a Sun team that's probably going to be a little bit ticked off. They didn't play very well on Christmas Day. And I don't know. I expect it to be a close game. But how good is this Suns team?
This Sun team, at first I thought that this Sun team is going to have a drop-off. They started the year real, sluggish. But the way they play Golden State, them and Golden State are the best teams in the league by far.
Yeah, that's kind of an understatement. They look great.
I know. And Memphis, if Dylan Brooks was in the lineup, and if he's in the lineup, I would take Memphis in the points. But, you got to have him out there to cause havoc on the defensive end for Phoenix, man. But, I don't underestimate these Grizzlies, man. Jitty, he had his double-double last night. Ja looking good. Jaren had a bad game, but still finished with 21 points. This team, they just gritty and grindy, but they do it with a little bit of flash and razzmatazz this year.
Yes, they do. And by the way, again, like you said, the defense though is what's been so good for the Grizzlies. They've been playing amazing defense. Jaws back. Hopefully, everything's going to get clicking on the offensive side. The Kings. I'm just kind of like they played the Kings last game out. This Suns team, I'm a little bit worried about. But you go out there and you fight. I mean, you lost to the Warriors. You beat the Kings. If you go out there on that West Coast trip and you lose to the Suns, that's really all not that bad. It's very respectful, isn't it?
It's not. It's very respectful, and they were in that game until they had some questionable calls go against them, and some shots that didn't go against Golden State. For some reason, Memphis matches up well against Golden State. If they can keep Phoenix off the 3-point line, I give them a puncher's chance of winning the game tonight.
Is one of the bigger reasons this season? I mean, like we talked about, the defense is playing great, but is it Desmond Baines? He's just basically emerged as. Everybody always talks about Ja and Jaren and Dylan Brooks. Desmond Bain has become a force to reckon with.
Desmond Bain is one of those. I call him a babyface assassin, man, because you look at his face, it looks nice and innocent, but he's like Machine Gun Kelly. He's out there. He's getting 18, 22 points a night. Finished last night with 28. And he just go about his business like it's no big deal. Next game up. I don't care what we did yesterday. Let's do it again today.
Now, are you? I know Jaren Jackson Jr.'s game comes a lot from the outside. He doesn't sit there just pounded in the post. He's not the biggest guy in the world. But is 8 3-pointers too much for Jaren Jackson Jr. to settle for? I mean, he went 1 for 8 last night. It's just I don't know. There's just sometimes I just want him to attack so bad instead of just settling for that 3.
They had 72 points in the paint last night, so they attacked the paint. But they want to take those outside shots to open up the paint. And with Dylan being out, someone has to take up the slack. Even though he went 1 for 8, he's normally about a 40% shooter. So if he can hit those, it really opens up the inside. So the other teams can't pack the paint, because everyone knows in the league you got to keep Memphis out the paint. And one reason to keep them on is to hit those outside shots. So they got to shoot them even though they're not going down.
Last year, Kyle Anderson was a big piece. This year, it was kind of like you weren't really, he wasn't somebody that everybody just was talking about. But Slow-Mo, with his super slow Euro steps that he makes and just doing everything around the rim, doing things from 3-point line, playing good defense. I mean, he just kind of does a little bit of everything. Is he still part of that glue that just kind of keeps this thing going?
Yeah, he's part of that bench, man. Because the key to Memphis is because they're not a wildly very talented team from A to Z, from the starting lineup, but they got that depth. And, with him coming off the bench and DeAnthony Melton when he's healthy, all those, and Brandon Clark, when those guys are healthy, the drop-off is not big when you go from the starter to the reserve. Because a lot of times when you go from starter to reserves, it's a big drop-off. The Lakers wish they could have a couple of those guys on their roster right now, because they look like cabbage and mayonnaise. You know what that is?
That sounds nasty, though.
Flaw.
Oh. That's so funny. I was like, I don't even know what that is. That's too funny. By the way, you mentioned that Lakers team. Dwight Howard made some comments this week. You get a lot of Lakers fans talking all kinds of ish. But this team just does not look right. They're now 2 games under 500. Do you have any faith that they're actually going to be able to get together and get things going so when they roll into March?
When AD comes back, a lot of the bad things that Lakers have will be eliminated, because AD, as much criticism as he covers up a lot of that bad.
You can't count on AD.
Basketball.
He's always hurt.
Street clothes, I know, but when he's in the lineup, he delivers, and he does play in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
he does.
I'd rather for him to be out now. The Lakers, they just want to get in to play in and work their way up. And the Grizzlies just want to be a top 4 seed. And wouldn't it be nice if we can get a Grizzlies-Clippers rematch first round with Memphis being at home?
Oh, yes. That would be really nice. But I don't know. Everything's a little bit crazy right now in the NBA. Grizzlies right now in 4th place.
We almost at the halfway point, man. It's crazy.
They played 34, 35 games in. 34.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. But I got to bring this up again. You did not ever think that the Lakers would go have a 5-game losing streak. 5 games in a row. LeBron James led team. I don't care if AD's out. You still have, R-Dub. I mean, is that not shocking to you?
It is counter because it's just like the others, when they let not Kuzma go, they let Kuzma go, which was not big, but Caruso, when they let Caruso go, when Alex go, because he did a lot of that dirty work, a lot of that. He pretty much like a Desmond Bain. He would hit the outside shot. He was gritty, play some defense. He would go for those 50-50 balls. And he had that youth, and he didn't have those tired legs and old legs like most of the teams are now. They are really missing him, and they wish they could have him back on their roster.
I bet they definitely wish they did. There's a lot of things the Lakers wish right now. Again, in a 5-game losing streak, don't look good. More surprised that the Lakers are playing this bad. Or what do you think about the Dallas Mavericks? Because a lot of people thought they were going to be, Luka. Luka's like the only fat boy that doesn't get busted for being fat.
But you know what? I'm not a big Jason Kidd coaching fan, man. He's an okay coach, but there's something about his coaching style I've never liked. And I had a feeling that the Dallas would fall off this year. I felt that at the beginning of the season, Memphis was a better team than them. So what they're doing now really don't surprise me.
Yeah, I think you just made Jay Morgan's day because he's a huge Rick Carlisle fan and just doesn't like Jason Kidd all that much. But he is Terry Davis. Follow Terry at TerryD515. Be blessed. I hope you have had a Merry Christmas. Hope you have a Happy New Year. And hope we get to watch the Tigers on Wednesday play Tulane.
Wednesday, most definitely on Saturday for New Year's Day in Wichita, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully is the new word when it comes to college sports. Be blessed, Terry. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, my brother. Be good. Be good.
That is Terry D. I have to also remind you, if you need to sell your house, 901-406-1101. Just write this number down, 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. I just sold your house. You can thank me later. Any house, any area, as is. As simple as that. If you're tired of renters, if you don't want to do some repairs, if it's time to bounce, all you have to do, 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Bing, bang, boom. I just sold your house. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
This is Gabe Kuhn from Sports Time. I speak for all of us here at 56 when I say we appreciate your constant love and support, and we wish you and your loved ones a happy holiday season. And as always, be sure to listen to me and Stats on your ride home from 3 to 6, right here on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Hi, this is Troy Fivesh, owner of Fivesh Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with 2 of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Acura of Memphis invites you to experience the season of performance and the all-new, completely redesigned 2022 Acura MDX. It's the most advanced SUV Acura has ever built. Experience the convenience of full connectivity, including built-in Alexa, Wi-Fi hotspot, and wireless charging from the stunning interior, complete with third-row seating. Stop by our state-of-the-art facility and take advantage of our aggressive APR offers today. Ridgeway at 385 or shop online from the convenience of your home now. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRIEND.
The global shortage on chicken is finally over, but there are still places that will tell you that it is hard to find, except for our good friends at Poultry Power. Poultry Power is currently delivering chicken in bulk to your home or business at prices lower than your local grocer or food distributor. Having a cookout or catering event? Tired of being told no by other food companies when you need chicken for your restaurant? Poultry Power can save the day. Visit www.poultrypower.org to place your order now. And remember, when others tell you no, Poultry Power has the power to tell you yes.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a beautiful Monday in the Mid-South. Jay Morgan's in the house with me. Follow Jay at JMorganHarder on Twitter. Follow me at Johnny_Raider. Raider Radio.
You love the Raiders.
I was actually, you know what? Sometimes talking and reading don't absolutely go hand in hand. Just reading a little something about the Raiders and then talking and doing things that just kind of come easy. But, yeah, I lost that one. I do have to remind all of y'all, though, it is bowl season. We have had bowl games canceled. 3 of them for sure. Looks like we're about to have a 4th one. I don't know who's going to replace the Sun Bowl. You know, I mean, Memphis has already said no. There's a lot of teams out there. We'll see what happens with that. We had the Boston College East Carolina game that was supposed to be played today. It's not going to happen. But tomorrow looks awesome. And today is going to be a beautiful day right now. Broncos 31, Nevada 10. Got a -6.5, so that makes me happy right now. But tomorrow, did you see the lineup we have tomorrow?
For football?
Oh, yeah, starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait. We'll do some on-air gambling. Houston and Auburn play in the Birmingham Bowl.
I love that. That's my favorite bowl.
You have 2:15. You have Air Force and Louisville. You have Mississippi State and Texas Tech at 5:45. The nightcap is UCLA and NC State. And the late-night action, West Virginia, Minnesota. All these games are actually pretty close when it comes to the spread, except for Mississippi State is a 9.5-point favorite over your Texas Tech Red Raiders.
I'm going to that game tomorrow. They're going to get murdered. I mean, Texas Tech is so bad. I mean, they're so bad. It's going to be a beatdown. It's not even going to be close.
And if you did not
I would hammer State.
If you did not know, Mississippi State and Texas Tech play where? In the Liberty Bowl.
Oh, are you going?
I know Gabe's going. I am on the fence.
I'm going.
I'm on the fence.
You don't want to go watch? I'm probably only going to stay for a half, though. That's honestly probably the closest the game's going to be. It's not going to get any closer after halftime, so I would leave it at halftime maybe. Unless you want to support the Liberty Bowl, in which case stay the whole game.
I love supporting the Liberty Bowl.
Or you want to support the Bulldogs, in which case stay the whole game. But if you're going to watch Texas Tech play, I probably only need to stay for 2 quarters.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs kind of run roughshod all over Texas Tech.
I agree.
I think it's going to get ugly. We got lots of games also on Wednesday. I can't wait to see Oregon and Oklahoma play Wednesday. That's the late cap. Oklahoma, 4.5-point favorite over Oregon. I love that game because Oregon's trash.
What about the Cyclones against the Clemson Tigers?
Man, that's the That game scares
The
me.
Camping World
Why
Stadium.
Is Clemson is only a 1-point favorite. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I like the Cyclones
I kind
in
of
that
like
one.
Iowa State myself, man. Then Virginia Tech, Maryland. I think Maryland runs roughshod over Virginia Tech. Sorry, Virginia Tech, you're just not that good. And then we got some great stuff. And then, of course, you can't wait till Friday because that's when you got the college football semifinals, Cincinnati, Alabama at 2:30, and then Georgia, Michigan. We've talked a little college football. We're going to talk a lot more college football on the other side. Plus, we're going to take you to a wonderful place called Hardwood. Is Dak back, by the way? I don't know. Do you know what hardballing is?
No.
I'm going to teach you during Hardwood. It's a Gen Zer thing. It's called hardballing. I'll explain that to you. Plus, did you know Arnold Schwarzenegger acted like Santa Claus over the weekend? Great stuff. And also, Scottie Pippen's a jerk, according to Dirk. Don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One with a preview of a matchup between two hot postseason hopeful teams. The Dolphins at the Saints. Miami is on a 6-game winning streak and has played themselves onto the playoff bubble at 7-7. Second-year quarterback Tua Tagovailoa says the wins build confidence, but more improvement is needed.
It has been something we've been trying to build off, but I think there's also areas that we can get better with, more so with me in the decision-making.
The New Orleans Saints are coming off an impressive win over the Bucs last week. They're also in the playoff hunt at 7-7. Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner will join me for the call from New Orleans when the Saints host the Dolphins on Monday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. Why let those dishes pile up? Dawn Dish Spray cleans them super fast. Just spray, wipe, and rinse. Baby's taking a nap. Clean those bottles in a snap. Just spray, wipe, and rinse. Dawn Dish Spray, it's a spray for your dishes. Snoopy mess in a blender. Clean it easy, clean it fast. Just spray, wipe, and rinse. Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. How's it work again? Just spray, wipe, and rinse.
What are your 2022 business goals? Simplified IT, more security? Dell Technologies has the expertise to help you from transforming your digital workspaces to providing comprehensive end-to-end IT solutions. Get high-performance computers featuring Windows 11 Pro with powerful hardware-based security and savings up to 45% during Dell's New Year event sale. Get special financing through Dell Financial Services. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL, 877-ASK-DELL.
Tire pressure light on? Tread low? Car sliding when you stop? It's time to go down to Milton on the Spot. Serving you at 3 locations, 1684 Getwell Road, 2127 Ellis Presley, and 3691 North Watkins. Memphis' largest supply of new and used tires, all under warranty. Yes, that's warranty on used tires too. Ask about the tire rotation and balance specials. Milton on the Spot on Getwell Road, Elvis Presley, or North Watkins. Here to take care of your every tire need. Milton on the Spot.
FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. That means you can place all your bets on a trustworthy app that's also easy to use. Basketball fans celebrate the NBA's 75th anniversary season on FanDuel Sportsbook too. Right now, new customers can place their first bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. Already have a FanDuel Sportsbook account? FanDuel is hooking up all customers with $50 when you refer a friend, plus your friend will get $50 as well. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code CASH to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000 and make every moment more this NBA season. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
When you needed your mom, she was always there with the Vicks Vapor Rub. She used that soothing scent to calm you. And her mom used it to calm her. And her mom, well, you get the idea. Vicks Vapor Rub's always been there. It always made you feel better. And today, it still does. Bring back those childhood memories with the comfort and care only Vicks Vapor Rub can bring. Vicks Vapor Rub, family tradition for a reason.
Get ready to command the season in your new Kia from Gossett Kia on the Pike. All with Kia's year-end push and a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty to back them up. 2022 Kia Forte, 41 MPG, $179, only $27.99 due at signing. Or 2022 Kia Sportage LX front-wheel drive, $199 a month. Or 2022 Kia Sorento, $279 a month, both only $34.99 due at signing, all 36-month leases. If you're ready to end the year in a big way, come see Bobby J today. He's ready to buy your sleigh and put you in a new Kia. That's Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or shop 24/7 KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $650 acquisition fee, $30,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Sorrento NGO 92178, MSRP $30,875. Sportage N 7017,625, MSRP $25,815. Forte $84,29,506, MSRP $21,035. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Kia. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 103/21. Dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. I'm excited, man. 12:30 today, we're going to talk with Jake Crane from the J-Boy Show. Talk a little bit of college football.
CFB,
baby. We got some college football going on right now. The Broncos up 31-10. Is that still the score, sir?
It's a commercial, but I believe that's right. It's halftime. No, it is the score because it's halftime. It takes me a minute to really process everything you're asking me. You can hear me figure out the answer in real time.
I love it. I love that. That's what we got Jay Morgan on the house. Hit us up at the AutoZone text line, 901-360-8255. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
It's also 31-10, not 24-10.
I said 31.
Oh, I thought you said 24. I thought I misspoke. I'm sorry. You were right, John. You know better than me.
If I did say 24, man, my brain is not working today.
I thought you said 24, so maybe it's my brain that's not working today. Between the two of us, though, John, we have at least one working brain. At least one.
At least one. Yes, together we are combined. Two halves make a whole. Remember, we talked about that in the first segment. We talked about that in the first segment. I'm going to tell you all the key to happiness. I'm going to tell you all, according to Albert Einstein. I'm going to also talk to you about what hardballing is. We're going to talk about how Dirk says, according to Dirk, Scottie Pippen's a jerk.
And I'm starting a movement.
And you're starting a movement, Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right. You got it.
Oh, I can't wait for this movement. We're going to tell you all about his movement that he's starting, all the things that we're going to do. And we're about to go to Hardwood. But first, who gives you Hardwood? Tito's, baby. Tito's makes Christmas just so much sweeter. Oh, Tito's just makes life a little bit better and brighter. Tito's is the best vodka I've ever tried. It's a top 10 vodka in the world, no matter how you measure it. The cool thing about it is when you go to your local liquor store, you can get 1.75 liters of Tito's handmade vodka for $30 or less. You can't beat that. Get a top 10 vodka, but don't have to pay a top 10 price. I absolutely love that. Plus, do you know why? Because it's crafted and distilled right here in the United States, down in Austin, Texas. It's 100% corn. That means it's naturally gluten-free, baby. It's stilled. That's a rare thing on the vodka scene. It gives it, because they still their vodka, it gives it that unique flavor. Slightly sweet, black pepper note balances everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Tito's handmade vodka. If life hands you lemons, just make a lemon drop. Just make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Do you know who the biggest player in all of college football is?
The quarterback at Nevada.
Mr. Cox.
Is it Nevada or Nevada?
Depends on who you are.
Exactly.
I don't know. Is it Nevada or is it Nevada? Or does it matter?
It's a great. Let's ask the texters.
I say Nevada.
Let's ask the texters.
Do you say Nevada or Nevada?
I say Nevada.
I say Nevada. 901-360-8255. How are you going to say?
Exactly.
How are you going to say, oh, it's Nevada? Or
yeah, exactly.
Spelling out Nevada.
Exactly.
I don't even know. We are crazy. Got Neil deGrasse Tyson by the, what is it? Neil deGrasse
deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, whatever.
Degrassi's that Canadian drama.
Oh, that's right. Degrassi is that where Drake was in?
Yeah, he was. He got shot, and then he was a paraplegic.
Oh, wow. The things we learn on a little Sports 56 happy hour is no joke. But again, the Broncos are up 31-10. We're cashing that check. We're also going to talk with Jake Crane at 12:30. But right now, it's time to go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
And since it's like, post-Christmas, I think I'm going to start off with,
ho, ho, ho.
A little good news. Y'all know who Albert Einstein is, correct?
He used to work at the patent office.
Dude, a Nobel Prize super rock star, came up with, E = MC squared.
That's right.
He's a genius, right?
A genius.
A genius. Brilliant. But you know what else? He wasn't just a scientist. He was a philosopher. Because he came out there and wrote, do you want to know what the keys to happiness are?
Yeah, I would love to hear them.
According to Albert Einstein, a key to happiness is a calm and humble life is going to bring you more happiness than the pursuit of success and the constant relentlessness that comes with it. How come I can't say that today?
It's a hard word.
Relentlessness. So you got to keep on fighting if you want to be successful, right?
Right.
But if you're just chilling and humble, you're going to be happy.
Right. It's everything, all about what you make of it.
It's all about what you make of it. So I just gave you the keys of happiness according to Albert Einstein.
I love that. But
I like that.
I have to know what did you say? What was the term you used a minute ago that you teased before the break? Bump rushing?
Hardballing.
Hardballing. What is hardballing?
All right, so this is a new thing, and it's kind of messed me up.
I really am interested in hardballing.
So hardballing is a new dating trend that has emerged with Gen Zers.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what hardballing is?
I have no idea what hardballing is.
It's basically where...
You play hardball.
Nope. You don't play hardball.
The opposite of that.
You basically come out and just tell them what it is. Straight on the front. Like the young people are coming out there look, I'm looking for just this. I'm looking for just this. Or I'm going to date a whole lot of people. If you want me, I'll date you on the side a little bit. Hardballing is just coming out there on the front. No pretend. No, yeah, baby, I love you. None of that lying. Being cordial. Just being straight up. Like, yo. I saw you on this app. I think you're fine. Not looking to date, but if you want to come by my house later on, let's do this. And I didn't even, let's do this thing. You know what I mean? So, hardballing is a new situation, and I'm kind of curious. Do you, are you more for hardballing, or did you like the days when, men just lied to women and said they loved them?
I mean, if you put it when men just lied to women and said they loved them, that seems harsh. But I think there is definitely room for some cordial behavior. At least play pretend a little bit. People like to play pretend, John. Don't you know?
By the way, also hardballing is another an example of hardballing is, we can go to dinner, but I will not be paying for it. We will go Dutch. I didn't even know that stuff still existed.
I thought so I'm just gonna let you know now. I'm not gonna open the door for you. That's hardballing.
That's hardballing.
That's hardballing.
Yes, hardballing is the new dating thing for Gen Zers. Do you think it has to do with? Do you think that has more to do with dating apps?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is when I first started college and Tinder and all these other dating apps had just come out. That was kind of the way they were utilized, and now they're more cordial, But when they first started, it was all about, look, I'm looking to do this. Do you want to do that? And people would agree or disagree. But nowadays, it's more used like a dating app. Like, I know people that have gotten married using Tinder. So I think...
Wait, hold on. You know somebody that actually met on Tinder that got married?
Oh, yeah. People use it as a dating app nowadays. It's not like it used to be.
What do you mean it's not like it used to be?
It used to be hardballing.
Yeah.
When I first discovered Tinder, it was all hardballing. It's not like that anymore. People aren't hardballing.
There's a soft side of Tinder?
There's a soft side of Tinder. And all these other apps. I forget the names of all the other ones. Grindr. I think Grindr's for homosexuals.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Now, we've learned a lot today. But
yeah, a lot.
Do you want to know something else?
Please.
Do you know Wyoming football is so desperate for a quarterback that they actually posted to their Twitter account now hiring a quarterback?
What is that? And then they were like, we used to coach Josh Allen, remember? Remember Josh Allen? He went to school here. You could be Josh Allen. What is this? What? They're going to Twitter? How do you not have better resources than posting to Twitter, we'd like a quarterback? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's going to help them find a better quarterback than it would have if they hadn't done that?
No, I don't think that's actually going to work out. But I think it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, it's definitely hilarious.
Dude, I just can't take it. I think that's one of the funniest things that I've ever seen. A Twitter account. And by the way, you know that they do have, Gavin Bierup, who's a freshman. They have Jaden Clemens, who's a junior. They have freshman Hank Gibbs. They're still on this team. Obviously, they're not all that great. If you're a quarterback on that team and you saw them Twitter account saying, hey,
we want quarterbacks.
We want a quarterback we're hiring. I mean, that's like going on to Craigslist.
Well, maybe they just want to fill out the room, So it maybe isn't a shot at those guys. Maybe it's just incentive to work harder, John. You got to make guys want it.
You got to make
guys want it. I have a new I have two stories. One just alerted me to this, and I can't believe this. This is from a couple days ago. Did you know last year Arizona and Texas Tech were supposed to play a football game, John? They're not in the same conference. It was a non-conference game. But in 2020, a lot of those games got canceled and rescheduled, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, you remember. So Arizona and Texas Tech football game that was canceled last year has been rescheduled for 2034.
Hold on, what?
So a game that was canceled last year between Arizona and Texas Tech has been rescheduled for 2034. So I don't understand. Are they going to bring those players back?
No.
Is it just going to play it with the new players?
That is
How has it
unbelievable.
It hasn't been rescheduled. It's a new game. It's not, because rescheduling would imply it's the same team. But the story I did want to tell you is that in Japan, they have invented a new type of television. John, do you watch a lot of TV? Are you a TV guy? You at least watch sports on TV.
I watch sports, yeah.
Well, and how often are there commercials while you're watching sports for delicious food or desserts? Things that look like I would love to eat that, right?
Yeah, there's all the time.
All the time. Well, Japan has invented a TV screen that is like the old scratch and sniff. You lick it, and it imitates the flavors of food.
Hold on, time out, back up. You're telling me that there's now a new TV, like a scratch and sniff sticker.
But you don't have to scratch it.
You just go up in and you lick your television?
Yeah, so the idea would be that these companies that are like Wendy's, let's say Wendy's has a commercial for a hamburger. They would also provide this thing you lick on the screen, and it would show you the flavor of the hamburger. If it's the Baconator, bacon. Ooh, I licked it. Yeah, it was delicious bacon. If it was a Frosty, you lick it, it's like, oh, delicious Frosty.
Do you know Meg the Stallion?
Oh, yeah, Megan
the Stallion.
Whatever.
Is it
same
Meg
thing.
or Megan?
Hey, both
Megan
ways.
the Stallion. She's got hottie sauce.
Oh, from Popeyes.
From Popeyes. So when she's doing one of her little, Popeyes hottie sauces.
And she's dancing.
And stuff, then all of a sudden you just go lick your TV and you can find out what hottie sauce tastes like.
Hopefully that's what it does. It doesn't show you the taste of something else. But yeah, hopefully it would show you hottie sauce.
This just kind of also doesn't seem very... I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and now we're just going to go licking screens.
Well, you're not going to lick like public screens. It would probably be a private screen.
All right, so you're in the house, man.
What's your TV?
You got like a little 6-year-old kid
you
running around.
You got to clean it, though,
and he's just licking the daggum television all day.
Yeah, it tastes like grass.
Dude.
Les Miles would like that. But you definitely have to clean the screen after you lick it. Wouldn't you imagine? Because think about if you touch a screen like that, it gets fingerprints on it, all the greasy fingers. Imagine what a tongue would do. Gross.
Yeah, that is... I don't know if this is actually a really good idea.
Oh, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. It would have to be a second screen. It's not going to be my main screen that we're just going to lick all day. But if I have a second screen available, I would have a second screen just for tasting food. Have it on the Food Network all day. And, I'm hungry. What do I want to eat? Let's lick this. Ooh, that tastes good. Maybe I could go for Chinese. Or you lick again. Ooh, pasta. Oh, that sounds delicious.
Wow.
Lick again. Ooh, sushi. Oh, that sounds great.
I don't know, man.
Oh, you don't?
I don't know. I understand, like, the idea. I mean, maybe if you had a watch and it, like, would pop up a little commercial or something.
Yeah.
Like, because that's your watch.
Right.
But again, it's on your wrist all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what? I have to say I don't like this.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've just decided I do not like this at all. I can't imagine, like... And by the way, wouldn't that be bad for your eyes? Getting that close to the screen?
I agree.
Like, aren't you not supposed to get that close to the screen?
Or maybe it's like a remote control, where it's like there's the screen and here's your lick remote. You have a remote that changes the channel and you have a remote that you lick.
Unbelievable. Man, Grizzlies play tonight, by the way.
They do.
They're on the road. It's a tough game.
Suns.
Playing the Suns. They're getting 8 points currently. I don't know if I'm going to touch that game.
I kind of like the Grizzlies +8 if you were twisting my arm, but I probably wouldn't touch it either. John, I have one more story for you about Hardenwood. And this is a story I invented. I'm the writer of this story.
Okay.
So I've started a movement. Christmas Day was the first day you could vote for the NBA All-Star Game. Wow, I just saw the 6'9" quarterback. That guy's huge.
And his name's Cox.
It really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Cox is big. He's big Cox. So I'm on Twitter on Christmas Day voting for the NBA All-Star Game. And it occurred to me that you can vote for anybody for the All-Star Game, you see. And a player for the 76ers, Ben Simmons, is not playing this season. He is citing mental health issues and wants to be traded and doesn't want to play for the Sixers anymore. But it doesn't mean he can't play, John, right? He still has the ability to play. And so I took it upon myself to start this movement on Twitter where I'm going to vote for all of the All-Stars that I think should make it. And then also I'm going to save one vote for Ben Simmons. I'm going to vote every day for Ben Simmons. And I'm starting a movement. I want everybody, I'm garnering support here, for everybody I know to vote for Ben Simmons once a day. And let's see if we can get him in the All-Star game. And it'd be the only game he plays all season. What do you think?
I think that's actually hilarious.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Are you going to join me?
I'm going to join you.
Yeah!
Ben Simmons, the only game he plays this year is the All-Star game.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great. By the way, Nate Cox, 6'9.5", tallest player in college football history.
In the history.
6'9.5". But I will say he's 6'9.5" and he's 220 pounds.
And he plays quarterback.
And he's 4 for 10. He's not having a really good game.
Put him at receiver. He's an NFL tight end.
No, he's too skinny. Dude, he's 220 pounds. He's a string bean.
Well, put some weight on that frame. What year is he?
He's a senior, dog.
Oh, so maybe not a lot of weight to put on that frame.
Nah. I mean, I hate to say this, but he's not going to be playing in the NFL, bro.
You don't think so? Not even as a quarterback?
No.
What if they win? What if they have a remarkable comeback here today? Do you think that'll help his draft stock? I think everyone's willing to take a shot on a 6'9" quarterback. I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe. By the way, Charles Barkley got 2 Christmas stories.
Really?
So Charles Barkley came out there and explained why he's really not a fan of Christmas. You know why?
Consumerism.
I'm going to read exactly what he said. He said, man, Christmas is not a lot of fun for me. It's just a big waste of money. When you're black and rich, everybody thinks they're a part of your family. Everybody is a relative. Everybody wants a really nice gift. It's like your family members. One year you buy them a house, the next year you buy them a car, the next year you buy them a sweater. They look at you like, you only got me a sweater? They always want the gifts to escalate. So you can't ever get them a sweater if you bought them a house the year before because they get pissed. He said, I'm not a big Christmas fan. I'm a firm believer that Santa Claus should only bring kids gifts. In fact, I think Santa should bring gifts to everybody until they get out of high school, and then that's the end of it.
St. Chuck.
That's my personal opinion.
St. Chuck.
Charles Barkley dropping it like it's hot. But did you see Neil deGrasse? How do you say it?
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah. He's like the smart guy.
Yeah, he's smart, like Albert Einstein.
Yeah, he's like a smart guy like Albert Einstein. But he is not beloved today like Albert Einstein.
Why not?
Because on Christmas Eve, he really, really ticked off like 10 million people. So He tweeted out on Christmas Eve, since the northern Arctic is just ocean, Santa's North Pole workshop has only ever existed on a floating sheet of ice. Images that portray Santa's workshop with pine trees and snow-capped hills on the horizon are geographically uninformed.
Well, what Neil doesn't understand is that Santa is magic, and that he put hills there and snow-capped mountains and pine trees there. Do you know how, John?
Magic.
Because he's magic.
He's magic. And he also said, and if people would quit leaving Santa some cookies and maybe left carrots and celery and some hot tea for Santa, instead of he wouldn't be so fat.
That I can get behind. Because you and I thought last week, John, because his face is always so red, maybe Santa likes whiskey a little bit.
I think he's definitely got a little bit of whiskey.
So
face.
maybe if he had a few more carrots and celery, he might be a little healthier. Let's let Santa live a little bit longer.
I don't think Santa dies because, again, he's magic.
That's a good point, too. But he'd live a healthier lifestyle.
He would live a healthier lifestyle, that is for sure. So we got Charles Barkley and Mr. Tyson, not Mike Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't know. I just want to call him Neil deGrasse every time. Neil deGrasse.
NDT,
baby. NDT. The world is nuts. We are going to go talk with Jake Crane in just a little bit. We're going to talk all kinds of things, college football. We got to talk the NFL a lot tomorrow with Gabe Kuhn. And I wanted to ask you this quick question before we bounce. Did you see Cam Newton's postgame presser yesterday?
I have to watch it later today, but I saw that the Carolina Panthers ran a 2-quarterback system yesterday with Sam Darnold and Cam Newton.
It's the second week they've done that. They actually booed.
That's the second week they've done it?
I
missed a week of 2-quarterback
system. Yeah, they did it with P.J. Walker
system?
last time. Cam Newton. This is the NFL, bro, and they're running a 2-quarterback system like it's Steve Spurrier back in the day.
He can't pick a quarterback, so he's just using all the ones he doesn't like.
Dude, what was it? Noah Brandeis and he kept was it Jesse Palmer and Noah Brandeis for the Gators
for Florida?
They kept
Ron
breaking them
Zook.
in and out. Oh gosh, those days.
Zook 'em Gators.
But yeah, Cam Newton yesterday after the game said football's been good to me. He said I was able to walk away unscathed. I don't want to sound like I'm retiring, but I've got some great memories. It takes more than one guy. I had a lot of those moments on the side. You look back over the years and the guys who taught you, who understood, keep pounding what keep pounding meant. Blah 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 blah. Goes on and just, he sounded like a man who's done.
Sounds like he's reflecting a little bit.
Yeah, dude. And once you start reflecting about your career, does that mean that your career is finished?
Maybe he just wasn't happy yesterday having to split time with other guys. But he didn't look good enough by himself, John, to warrant that criticism.
That whole team looked bad. But I will say nobody looked as bad as the Washington football team as Dak Prescott's team dropped 56 points on their face. Dak became the first quarterback to ever throw a touchdown pass to a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, and an offensive lineman all in the same game. Go Dak Prescott. Woo-hoo-hoo. Coming up next, we're going to talk with Jake Crane here about 12:30. We're going to talk about all these SEC football games, these bowl games, what's going on in the world of college sports. But I will tell you, if you got Western Michigan, them Broncos, they're up 38-10. They're beating Nate Cox, the tallest quarterback in college football, 6'9.5". He's big, but he ain't very good. Don't touch that dial. This is Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
The all-new Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Brought to you by Action 24/7, James Gaddis Jewelers, and Acura of Memphis. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Santa's ready to put you in a new sleigh today at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. And Rudolph's got 2022 Mitsubishi Mirage G4 with 43 mpg highway at $16,612 or $199 a month. Get where you're going in style with 2022 Eclipse Cross, $26,332 or only $319 a month. And new 2022 Outlander at $369 a month. And these are not leases. You own them. Plus, get our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get your new sleigh today at Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
75 months at 2.64 APR. G4 NHF00210 MSRP 18335. Eclipse NZO 44032 MSRP 286. Outlander NZO 43358 MSRP 31040. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 12/31/21. Dealer stock only.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know: Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood, across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
Is your bank standing in the way of you and your sportsbook? Try Action 24/7. We're cutting out the middleman. Deposit or withdrawal in cash. No more bank delays or failures. Action 24/7 has more than 100 partners in Tennessee for cash deposits and withdrawals. Visit action247.com for a location. Cash deposits and withdrawals from your Tennessee sportsbook. Action247.com. You got action.
Must be 21 or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call 800-889-9789.
Two of college football's most exciting offenses will clash in this year's AutoZone Liberty Bowl as Mississippi State takes on Texas Tech. This one could be a scoreboard buster. Then at halftime, there's more high-octane entertainment with Jason D. Williams.
There's a whole lot of shaking going on.
It's all happening December 28th at 5:45. Get your tickets today by calling 795-7700. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house with me. We're about to talk with Jake Crane from the J Boy Show. He's a good buddy of mine. He also has one of the best, basically, sports football podcasts out there, period. If you're not checking out the J Boy Show, I'm not sure if you're a big SEC fan. He's the #1 source for college football. It's on Twitter at the J Boy Show. You can go to thejboyshow.com and you can check him all out. He's going to join me in just a second. But I got to remind you, we got a little football on. Western Michigan 38, Nevada 10. We got a lot of great bowl games coming up here very, very soon. And tomorrow the action kicks off, and I'm very excited about that because we got the first game is Houston and Auburn. 11 a.m. We're going to kick that bad boy, the Birmingham Bowl. Also got Mississippi State playing in the Liberty Bowl against Texas Tech tomorrow. Got a little SEC action, and then we'll talk about what's going on with Friday's games and all that good stuff. But, man, Jake does join me right now. Mr. Crane, how is life treating you, brother?
Man, it's good. To the surprise of everyone, I wasn't on the naughty list this year. So I got some presents from Santa Claus. It's just a great situation.
Man, that is a great situation. And I do know that you are taking a little bit of a hiatus. You'll be back on Wednesday. Is that correct?
Yes. We'll be back on Wednesday. I've done about over 600 episodes within the year, so we hadn't really taken any time off. Thought I'd take a couple of days and get back Wednesday, and we'll be back live from College Football Hall of Fame talking about these playoff games.
Man, I can't wait for these playoff games. But before we get to the big ones, I want to talk about a couple games that are happening tomorrow. The first one is early in the morning. We got Houston and Auburn. Do you expect Auburn to come out there and actually be able to really fight? Are they going to be into the Birmingham Bowl? What do you think is going to happen in this game? Is Houston really want this bad boy? How do you see this one going down? Auburn's only a 2-point favorite, and that's what kind of scares me.
Yeah, Auburn's got a bunch of guys not playing, but Houston does as well. If you look, their best DB's out. There's a couple other guys that are going to be out. I expect Auburn to play a bunch of new guys, so I think they're going to be fired up to go out there and prove what they can do going into next year. But I'd be remiss not to say that this game meant more to Houston probably than it does to Auburn. That's just the nature of the beast. But I do think Auburn's going to fight. I think it's going to be a really good game. I don't really have a great feel on it, other than I really do like the Auburn TTP over 26.5. And a storyline to watch is how much Demetrius Davis, the young Auburn quarterback, is going to play, especially with the hire of Austin Davis, Russell Wilson's quarterback coach, coming into Auburn. and a guy that kind of fits that skill set a little bit, or at least the identity of that skill set in Demetrius Davis. So there's a few storylines to watch.
Few storylines: Auburn, Houston tomorrow, 11 a.m. Birmingham Bowl. But the one that people are really excited about is because you can go watch it right here, AutoZone Liberty Bowl, 5:45 on ESPN. You got Mississippi State and Texas Tech. This is a game that I think if Mississippi State comes and actually plays, it could get ugly fast.
Yeah, I think Mississippi State has a chance to really roll them. They've got a lot of guys that are playing in this game. I think there's someone excited to play in this game. Mike Leach is always a character. We know that. But Mississippi State, a team that I know they didn't play great against Ole Miss, but at the end of the year really started peaking at that big comeback victory against Auburn. And Texas Tech got a brand new coach there, still feeling it out. I think this game could get ugly in Mississippi State's favor.
I do too. I think Mississippi State's going to roll. Mike Leach still going to be getting it done, man. Liberty Bowl again for the Bulldogs. Now, Tennessee, they are just so stoked to be in a bowl. And the fact that they're playing in Nashville, I think is going to be a lot of all fans there. Purdue is a really good football team. But is Tennessee going to come out there and slap them in the face? This is a very big game for Vol fans. They're fired up about it.
Yeah, I don't know who's fired up more about a bowl. Tennessee fans or Cheech and Chong. So it's a good reward for them. They've been a team that's been down with a lot of cachet. Similar to Nebraska. Josh Heupel's given them the one thing that they haven't had: consistent hope going into the next year. Hendon Hooker's coming back for another hurrah. They know their identity. I'm very interested to see how this NCAA stuff works out before I get too excited. But I even said on the show, I think out of all the first-year coaches, Josh Heupel has graded the highest for me. They should be excited. And for college football to be good, Tennessee needs to be good. You see what Michigan beating Ohio State has done for the game a little bit, and I think they're well on their way. Now, they've got to be able to put a couple seasons together, but with that system in place, with them getting better on defense, I just wonder when Josh Heupel will have enough depth on defense to understand when to go the speed limit when you're up. That's the next question, but they should be excited, and I'm glad they are.
I'm fired up, and I know Tennessee fans are extremely excited to have their hooker back. You just don't understand. I've never heard Tennessee fans tweet more about the hooker than they have of late. They absolutely love Hendon. Now, the North Carolina-South Carolina game, it's the 500 Bowl. Who's gonna finish the season above 500? 2 6-6 teams. But South Carolina has got to be excited to be actually 6-6, made a bowl. I was very surprised at that. I mean, they were playing a graduate. Who was the quarterback they played at the beginning of the year? It was
it was Zeb Nolan. Actually, on our show, he won the Jackie Moon Coach Player of the Year award. The coach/player that does the best. We actually gave that award out on our show. But what Shane did with that roster, I don't think people realize how depleted South Carolina's roster really was going into this year. I mean, we know what they lost on defense with J.C. Horn, and but you look at quarterback. What they lost and having to play Zeb Nolan, then Luke Doty coming back and him getting hurt. For them to be in a bowl game is a huge compliment to Shane Beamer. Then he goes and basically robs Oklahoma in the portal with Spencer Rattler, a tight end and a receiver, the Weiss kid that's going to help. I think it's all arrows pointing up for South Carolina. I think they got all the momentum. I think they go in this game ready to fight. I think South Carolina wins.
Is Shane Beamer going to bring them back? And when I mean bring them back, is take them up to the mountaintop that they had with Steve Spurrier when they were playing great defense, tossing the ball around a little bit, running it. And South Carolina was, winning 10 games. Can he get them back to that?
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen that little video they got of the high school football kids after they won the state championship after having not a great season, snuck into the playoffs. I think somebody's got their swagger back. That's the way it kind of seems in South Carolina with the way they've recruited. With just the guy that Shane is, I think he is going to bring them back to being competitive in the East and sneaking up and beating people they're not supposed to, and once every 3 to 4 years being able to make a run like we've seen South Carolina do before.
Do you think Spencer Rattler is going to get back to being a guy that was looked at as the Heisman favorite at the beginning of the season? Do you think he can actually ever live up to the expectations that were put on him before this year?
I think now that he's made this move and he's been humbled a little bit, being at South Carolina is a little bit different than being at, the top brands in the country, whether it be Oklahoma, Bama, the other USC out west. I think he'll actually be better for it. And I would not be surprised to see Spencer Rattler have an unbelievable season next year and get back to what people thought I really think it was a lot of people thought it was a weird fit. I think it's a great fit. Shane's going to let him be himself, but also hold him accountable and keep him disciplined within the system. So I think it's a great fit. I wouldn't be shocked either way.
Before we get to the college football semifinals, I did want to bring up some of the games that are happening on January 1st. And that Penn State-Arkansas game I keep looking at, and I want to pound Arkansas. I feel like the wrong team's favored. How is Penn State a 1-point favorite over Arkansas?
Look, I think this is a pick 'em. I just think they went maybe with a little, I guess, more experience that Penn State has. But I talked to Grant Morgan out in Las Vegas. These guys want this. They want it bad. I like Arkansas. I'd take Arkansas money line. I think you're going to see we talk about Tennessee fans being excited. I mean, Arkansas won 8 games this year. I mean, I'm surprised Sam Pittman doesn't have as much money as Richie Rich yet, for all you old timers out there to remember that movie. But no, I like Arkansas. I like the Hogs. I think they're playing with a purpose. I know Clifford's coming back for Penn State. He's already made that announcement. James Franklin got more money than Ben Franklin to stay at Penn State. But I do like Arkansas, and I like them big, actually.
I do, too. I'm so glad you said that. You just finally gave me the confidence to pull the trigger because I've been
Pull the trigger, Johnny Radio. Pull it.
I'm doing it. Woo pig, let's do this. Now, the Iowa-Kentucky game, is this going to be the rock fight game? Is anybody going to score?
Man, it's going to be like a sumo wrestling match. I mean, look, Iowa, the best offensive players they have are in their secondary. The guys see when they pick it off, they tend to go back to the house. I like Kentucky big in this game. I don't see a way Iowa scores. Mark Stoops has an extension. Everybody's happy around there. I like Kentucky big in that one as well.
Now, we're the home of the Ole Miss Rebels. We got all your Ole Miss football and basketball stuff here at Sports 56 98.5 FM. The Ole Miss Baylor game is going to be a lot of fun, the All-State Sugar Bowl. Ole Miss is right now, I think, 1-2 point favorite, kind of a low game. Baylor's got a great defense. But is there any way that, Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin don't go out there and put up too many points where they can't come back? Because that offense for Baylor, other than running the football, is not very good.
Yeah, well, I know I've taken every SEC team so far, but I'm the most confident about Ole Miss not only beating Baylor, but beating them pretty badly. Baylor's not a team that can come back. They put the Chapin kid in, who did a really good job. But look, Ole Miss is a lot healthier. Levy's, going to call plays. I still believe in that game. I may be wrong there, but even if he doesn't, I like Matt Corral, who's 100% Hogwarts graduate. I think if Ole Miss gets up, Baylor can't catch up, and that Ole Miss defense has got more depth. They're going to be healthy with the time off, and they're playing in a New Year's Six game. I think they run them out of the gym.
I think you're 100% right. Again, Jake Crane from the J-Boy Show. Make sure you check him out, thejboyshow.com. He's going to be getting back to live stuff on Wednesday. But you're dropping some bets information, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. There's 5 games tomorrow. I mean, we're going to be dropping the secret notebook. Probably tonight is going to make sure Nicolas Cage doesn't try and steal it.
I love it. I love it.
No, you can check us out on Twitter, Instagram at the J-Boy Show. We'll be dropping 3 picks apiece. I've already got one. I can drop it on air here. I'm taking the Auburn TPP, which is total team points, over 26.5. I think they're going to score some points.
Over 26.5. I also like Arkansas and Ole Miss. We're rocking and firing now. Are you worried, before I get to the actual games, are you worried that maybe these college football semifinal games might not go off with all the COVID situations?
Man, I don't even want to put that out into the universe. The part that I don't understand is why are we testing vaccinated
healthy
and
players,
asymptomatic people? Why can't we just give them a waiver and say, hey, listen, because this is all about liability. Don't let the NCAA fool you. This isn't about the players. It's about liability. They don't want to be sued. So how do you do that? How about they're all 18 years old? They can get drafted to war tomorrow if it goes down without anybody's, consent. Why can't we just give them a liability waiver that says, hey, you're 18, you understand the risk. Do you want to play? And they say yes or no. And if they don't, more power to them. But they're all going to want to. So I don't know why we don't put this in the hands of the people that are actually doing the playing.
I will say one thing. I think that's actually perfect. I don't get it. I think, J-Boy, you are 100% right. Jake Crane, that's no joke. Why are we testing asymptomatic vaccinated players? This game needs to go off. Speaking of the games that need to go off, Cincinnati and Alabama. Everybody and their grandmother is back on Alabama. I didn't take Alabama when they played Georgia, but it feels like everybody loves them some Alabama. They're 13.5 point favorite. Is Cincinnati going to get hosed?
Yeah, like your water in the garden. If I hear another person say that Cincinnati has a better secondary than Georgia just because of two corners and not understand that there's actually five people that play in the secondary, including the nickel, depending on what you're running, I'm going to throw up. We keep comparing A&M beating Alabama and then Alabama beating LSU 20-14 to Cincinnati beating Navy by 7, who was stunk before the year started, pun intended. And then beating Tulsa by 5 at home with the goal line stop when game day is there. All I have to say, at first, I was upset about Cincinnati getting in the Final Four, but I'm just glad we can see it now. So when they get destroyed, everybody can just shut up about this. Because listen, it's a great story. Luke Fickell's a great coach, but guess what else is a great story? Hansel and Gretel, James and the Giant Peach, Little Red Riding Hood. I mean, but that doesn't make them elite.
Jay Crane, the J-Boy Show. If you love listening to this stuff, you definitely got to go check out his show and follow him on Twitter at the J-Boy Show. Last but not least, Michigan, Georgia. Who's going to come out on top? That line seems a little bit too big to me. I think it could be a under-type game. What says J-Boy?
I don't see how Michigan's going to score, but I'll tell you this. The stat to watch, the team that will have the most success is the team with the least pass attempts. I think it's the truth. I think Georgia is a little bit more dynamic offensively than Michigan is. I don't see how, with what Michigan has outside, they're going to be able to really do anything against Georgia. I do think it's going to be low scoring because I don't think Michigan scores over 17 points.
Jake, have a blessed one. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a happy New Year and enjoy the bowl games. And I'll be looking for when you drop the basically the secret list tonight.
Oh, definitely. Well, we're making a list and we're checking it twice. So, I appreciate you having me on, brother. We'll be back live Wednesday, and hope you guys had a great holidays, and everybody out there stay safe.
Stay safe. That's Jake Crane from the J-Boy Show. He's the best in the business, your number one source for all college sports. Right now, Nevada actually did score, so it's 38-17.
Still covering now.
But I'm covering pretty deadgum easy. I like that. Speaking of covering, we got a few plays for you. Plus, we got the Grizzlies in action tonight. NFL this weekend was out of control. If you bet against the backup quarterbacks, you probably had a really good weekend, don't you think?
I know.
Yeah. The only thing that was kind of crazy is I can't believe a bunch of people were taking the Atlanta. I still can't believe. You will not make money taking the Falcons laying points, will you?
You will not. You have to take them when everyone's selling on them.
Even against the Lions, but I do still not understand how in the heck did the Texans beat the Chargers? How did that happen? How is that? Is that even possible?
Davis Mills has looked so much better the last 3 weeks. I'll give him. He really has.
They
John.
also had everybody and their grandmother out with COVID.
But the Texans are also not a good football. That's their regular roster. Is everybody out with COVID? You know what I mean?
Yep. And how far has Seattle fallen? They lost to the Bears yesterday.
Oh, I can't even pretend to say the Bears have looked better because they haven't. But legitimately, I like this Davis Mills guy.
I do. I hear what you're saying on that one. But the Chiefs, they beat up the Steelers 36-10. The Steelers have not scored a point in the first half over their last 5 games.
Still over 500.
Big Ben is trash, but they are 7-7-1.
Or at 500, I guess.
They're at 500. A little, I guess, because you have a tie, maybe you're a little better.
Over 500.
Maybe,
how about that?
Or you are just straight up 500 because we got a tie and we're 7-7.
But it was
so
to the Lions. But it was to the Lions, so maybe that's a loss.
Maybe it's a loss. By the way, how bad is the game going to be? The Browns and the Steelers, January 3rd.
I'm so excited because that division. You and I have been talking about that division all year. That division's awesome. And I'm going to break it down for you real quick, John. So you got the Ravens and the Steelers. The Ravens are out everybody, and the Steelers are just bad. But you know what we don't account for? They have the best football coaches in the division, Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin. Then you have the Bengals, who are loaded beyond belief. Maybe the best skill position players in football, ? And the Browns, sans Baker Mayfield's inability or ability, depending on what you believe. They're pretty loaded everywhere, too. Certainly on defense, they're pretty loaded. So I think those are the two most talented teams. But then you have these two other teams that are talented in the coaching sphere. Makes for the best division in football, John. I love that AFC North.
Oh, I love talking NFL, college football. We're going to talk a little bit more on the other side. But I have to remind you of something important. Your roof. How important is your roof? Well, dude, it's protects everything in your house. It's on top of your house, making sure rain doesn't get in. If your roof is a little bit weathered, the weather lately has been a little crazy. It's been warm during Christmas. I was in a short sleeve shirt and shorts on Christmas, which is crazy. But the weather We've had like the snow, we've had torrential rains. If something is damaged on your roof, there's only one person to call, and that's Brian Elder at 901-867-0303. He's the best commercial and residential roofing contractor in Memphis, bar none. No questions asked, warranty guarantee. Of course, he's licensed, bonded, and insured. Again, the best contractor in the country, residential or commercial. Let him measure your roof from outer space. Let him come love on your roof and take care of you. And if he says you have a claim, I guarantee you have a claim. Go to BrianElderRoofing.com, check it out, or just give him a call, 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. We got the Dolphins at the Saints tonight. We're going to do a little bit of bet, and we're going to close things out before we pass this bad boy off to Grind Time with today, Anthony and Zach Boyd. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes from Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
Whether it's Miramichi, Cherokee, Galloway, or any of the numerous courses around town, you'll find me, Sheldon Rosengarten, with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors, stinking up the course, because I've been known as the worst golfer in town. But along with that tag, people often say that when it comes to selling homes, when you want the job done, call Sheldon. Yes, I spend most of my time making sure my clients get the absolute best and most successful strategic marketing program. Darn it, I hate hitting triple bogeys, but I'd rather be making my clients more for their homes quicker. And who else is going to tell you that if you're thinking of selling, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure that Sheldon is one of them. Remember this, write it down. You can reach me, Sheldon Rosengarten, at MemphisRelocate.com or 4830546. That's MemphisRelocate.com or 4830546. Do it now.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My friends, this is your year, especially in the bedroom. Blue Chew can help give you the confidence you need. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Meet online with a licensed medical provider, and if approved, boom! Get a free month supply of Blue Chew's chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra or Cialis. Just pay $5 shipping. Go to BlueChew.com and enter the promo code WIN for your free month supply. BlueChew.com, promo code WIN.
General contractor, subcontractor, Zipcat can help you find workers for the jobs you're needing done. Contractors, just post your jobs on Zipcat for the price you want them done for. Subcontractors will find the jobs listed on Zipcat and offer to buy them. You both have 3 days to accept and approve the subcontracting job you bought. For the best tool in your toolbox, download the Zipcat app. Roofers, concrete, plumbers, HVAC, painters, download it free. Zipcat, Z-I-P-C-A-T. Z-I-P-C-A-T. That's Zipcat.
It doesn't matter how much you owe on your trade-in. It doesn't matter if you've got bad credit. Everybody saves big during Sunrise Buick GMC's year-end blowout. Hundreds of new and used Buicks and GMCs with a $5 million used car inventory, specializing in cars and trucks under $10,000. Remember, Sunrise wants to get you financed. Bad credit, bankrupt, slow pay, it's okay. Sunrise specializes in secondary financing and works to get you financed when no one else can. Zero down with approved credit delivers at Sunrise. Buy American and buy from SunriseMemphis.com. Collierville, Covington Pike, and Wolf Chase. We make it fun to buy a car again.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. Hope everything is going well. You're getting ready for New Year's, all that great stuff. And don't forget, I hope you're getting ready for all the bowl games. We talked with Jake Crane. Got a lot of betting advice out there. He does like them SEC teams. I don't blame him.
How could you not?
They're pretty dead-gum good. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Plus, I also like the Broncos. They're up 38-17. I got a -6.5, so that feels good. But we have some serious action going on tomorrow. Again, things kick off at 11 a.m. in Birmingham. You have Houston and Auburn. Then you have at 2:15 Air Force Louisville. Then from Memphis, Tennessee, right here, the AutoZone Liberty Bowls tomorrow. Mississippi State, Texas Tech. That one's going to kick at 5:45, and then we're going to close things out with UCLA and NC State. Oh, wait, no, there's a later game. West Virginia, Minnesota. There's a lot of football tomorrow. So sit back, relax, and enjoy all the football action. Don't forget the Grizzlies play tonight. They are on the road. They play the Suns. Suns
are good.
They're really good. Golden State Warriors team is pretty good too. But you know what? The Grizzlies are doing their thing. We'll see what happens tonight. They're getting 8 points currently. Grizzlies, Suns, that game is at 8 o'clock tonight. Now, we talked a little NFL. We talked a lot of this. We talked a little of that. Now, you asked me earlier, do I watch TV? Of course I watch TV. I watch sports. But I don't watch a whole lot of shows. But I watch some. But I found something I'm definitely excited about watching. Have you heard have you seen the official trailer from HBO that says it's called Winning Time?
Yeah,
the
Lakers.
Rise of the Lakers Dynasty.
Made by Adam McKay is who made Talladega Nights. Used to write for Saturday Night Live. It looks awesome.
Dude, it's got John C. Reilly,
Yeah.
Jason Segel, Sally Fields. They're going to be in there talking, doing all kinds of different stuff. But did you hear what Magic Johnson said?
Probably doesn't like it.
He's not looking forward to this. And said
about it.
He said he will not be watching.
That's too bad for you because it's going to be funny.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And if you don't remember back then because you maybe weren't around, you had Magic, Kareem, James Worthy, fast-paced, cool way that they played back then.
Right.
Everybody loved them. Some
Pat
Lakers.
Riley.
Then you had the whole, Magic getting HIV. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff that's going to be talked about on this bad boy.
It's clearly a spoof, though, so Magic should lighten up.
Oh, yes. But you know what? He came out there. He's very mad. He said, you know what? I am not watching this. And plus, we got different shows coming out that's going to tell the truth. Jeannie Buss, did you know that she is actually doing a show?
Wow.
On the Showtime Lakers. And Magic says that he's also working on his own project. So
they're probably not going to be as funny as this one, though.
I don't think they're going to be as funny as this one. I definitely do not think that. That's not going to happen. I will tell you that. Now, we talk a little bit about this. We talked a little bit about that. And I got to also ask you a question. Do you have any basketball bets before I say goodbye?
I kind of like the Hornets tonight, -7 against the Houston Rockets.
You like the Hornets tonight?
-7 against the Houston Rockets. That game, I like the way the Rockets have been playing. They've been playing hard, but I don't think they keep it close tonight against the Hornets.
I like it. We're definitely going to have to rock with you. Are you going to touch the NFL game?
I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Are you 100% sure?
I took it a couple days ago. I got it at 2.5, so I got a little bit lower than 3, which I'm happy about.
That's good. I have to say, you know who's playing quarterback for the Saints?
Ian Book.
Played at?
Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish.
Yes, good job.
How did I know that?
I don't know. Probably because I've told you 1,000 times.
No, John, I'm a college football expert.
But that's the NFL we're talking about.
Yeah, but I knew where he went to school.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Proud of you on that one. But the Saints tonight, they do have Ian Book playing quarterback, and the Dolphins have won 6 games in a row. I have a feeling that the Dolphins, even though Tua is their starting quarterback, is going to do a lot better than Ian Book. I like the Dolphins to roll. That defense has been really good. But the one thing about the NFL, you never know who's going to do it. If you don't believe me, did you see the Texans slap the Chargers yesterday? That was crazy. There was some crazy games yesterday. The Bengals, Joe Burrow, 525 yards, 4 touchdown passes on the Ravens. You had Dak Prescott beat the brakes off the Washington football team. First quarterback ever to throw a touchdown to a tight end, a wide receiver, a running back, and an offensive lineman in NFL history. Congratulations. Is Dak back? Not really sure. But the Cowboys, they did beat up on a very bad Washington football team. There was the Chiefs who beat the brakes off the Steelers, who just can't score a point in the first half. It was a wild day in the NFL. I think it's going to be a beautiful night tonight because you know what? It was easy taking them Dallas Cowboys last night, wasn't it?
Easy.
I think it's going to be just as easy tonight.
I agree.
Dolphins shut down the Saints. The Saints might score 10 points. Dolphins are going to put up like at least 24. You like that?
I like it.
We barely get the under.
Miami has the
24-10. The Dolphins.
Greatest football team.
Greatest football team ever. Now, speaking of something that's great, do you know what else is great? Hemp 2-0, 3670 South Houston Levee Road. If you got a little cash, maybe you want to head on to 3670 South Houston Levee Road and you want to check out Hemp 2-0 and you want to check out all their amazing products. They have CBD, of course. They also have THCO, THCV, THCP, Delta 9, Delta 10, and the original Delta 8. Anything from smoking flowers to moon rocks to doing dabs to taking edibles. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I love me some edibles. What about you, Jay?
They're great.
They are great, aren't they? There's over 100 different brands to choose from. Go talk to their knowledgeable staff if you've never tried hemp. If you have to manage your pain, ease your anxiety, or just want to feel better, head on out to Hemp 2.0 today or go online to shophemp20.com. Again, experience the finest all-natural products at Hemp 2.0 today. Get out there, make the world a better place. Go fish. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?